Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So student, in the previous class in this chapter Atoms and Molecules, we were talking about the drawbacks of Dalton's atomic theory, and then we have started to understand about the atoms. In this case, students, we have understood atoms. They are the smallest one. They are measured in nanometer, which is actually equals to 1 meter. That is equals to 10 to the power minus 9 nanometer. So they cannot be seen with the help of a microscope, or they can be seen with a special type of a microscope that is called STM microscope, scanning tunneling microscope, and then. The atoms is actually, when we studied about the atom, students, a lot of scientists, they had explained about the symbols of the atom. And what is this symbol? Symbol is nothing but a kind of a sign that is used in order to memorize, in order to know the kind of element. Now, the symbol of the element, first of all, it was Dalton who had given the symbol, and he had given the symbol in a different shapes and a structure that he had provided, but it was quite difficult for us to memorize all the kind of a symbol, because it was quite tough. The structures are there, so it was quite tough, students. So, later on, J.J. Berzelius, he explained that instead of that, we can use the first and the second letter of the element. And this is the basis of the modern method of a modern naming of the symbol. Here we have taken the first letter, we have taken the first or second letter, first or third, or the first letter of the Latin name. Okay, and why there is the need of using the Latin name letters? So many of the elements, they started with the same letter, even the first or the second letter starting with the same one. So in order to remove, or in order to prevent any kind of a confusion, it is important that we can take a Latin name. So Latin name is already have been taken. Like in case of a potassium, kalium is the Latin name. So K is used. In case of gold, aurum is there. Okay, so these are some of the Latin name which we have. Like in case of iron, ferrum is there. So these are the Latin name which is taken. Fe is used for iron. So iron is ferrum. So here we have taken the two letter F and E in order to represent the iron. Same thing with that aurum. We have used the word A and U to represent the gold. So this is how we can write the name, or write the symbol of the element. We have also seen the different Latin name of the different element. Now moving on, and we will try to understand here one thing, what is molecules. But before we go further, we must knew about the atomic mass. Although we will going to study it in detail later, but till now I just want to tell you about the atomic mass. And in case of atomic mass, students, see, actual mass of the atom is very small. So it was quite difficult for us to find the mass of an atom. So in order to understand the actual mass or atomic mass of the different element, we must have some reference atom, and that reference is carbon 12. So taking the atomic mass of the carbon 12 and compare it with the other element help us to find the actual mass of the different element. Okay, so we can say here that carbon 12 atom has been assigned an atomic mass of exactly 12 atomic mass. 12 atomic mass units. 12 atomic mass unit. So carbon 12 atom has been assigned an atomic mass of exactly 12 atomic mass unit. Taking it as a reference, we can say, taking it as reference, we can find the mass of the other atom. So, purpose of determining atomic masses of various elements the mass of carbon 12 is taken to be the standard. Taken to be the standard. So, we can say here that the atomic mass of all the elements can be found by comparing the atomic mass of the carbon. So, the atomic mass of all other elements are determined by comparing the mass of their atom with the mass of a carbon 12 atom. So, we have taken here a standard unit, and that standard unit is carbon 12. So, we have taken carbon 12 as a standard unit, and we used to compare the mass of the other element with the carbon 12. Okay, so the standard atomic mass, it is compared with the other in order to find the actual masses of the different atoms. So, we can understood it as, suppose magnesium atomic mass is 24U. U is actually representing the atomic mass unit. So, here we can say that one atom of magnesium is 24 times heavier than 1/12 of carbon 12. Heavier than 1/12 of a carbon 12 atom. 1/12 of a carbon 12 atom. Okay, so we can say here this is how we can compare the masses of the different atom, and this is how we can find the atomic mass of the different atom. Let me write here few atomic masses of few elements, student. It is really important to learn the atomic mass as well as the atomic number up to 20. It is quite important because in order to find the molecular mass or the formula to know the valency, you must know up to 12 atomic mass. Okay. So like suppose student, if we talk about a hydrogen, so hydrogen atomic mass is 1U. Then carbon, that is 12U. Then nitrogen is 14U. Oxygen is there, which is 16U. Then sodium is there, which is 23U. Then magnesium is there, which is 24U. Then phosphorus is there, which is 31U. You must know the symbol also. It is really important to know the symbol. Then chlorine is there, which is 35.5U. Then calcium is there, which is 40U. Then potassium is there, which is also, actually it is potassium is 39 point something. So here we are taking as a 39U. So these are what, student, these are some of the examples of the element which are having the different atomic mass. All the element, they are having this different atomic number as well as a different atomic mass. So up to 20 you must know what are the different elements as well as the atomic mass of the different elements. Now moving on, and we will see the next one, and that is molecule. So before that we must know here few things. Significance of the symbol of an element. Okay, so significance of the symbol of an element. Significance of the symbol of an element. The first one is symbol represents the name of the element. Okay, symbol name of the represents the name of the element. Then symbol also represent one atom of the element. Symbol represents one atom of an element. Then symbol represent the definite mass of the element, which is obviously equals to the atomic mass represented or expressed in grams. So symbol represents a definite mass of the element. It represents the definite mass of an element. Then it also represents 1 mole of the atoms of the element. Symbol also represent 1 mole of atom of an element. Okay, that it represent the atom that is equals to 6.022 into 10 the power 23 atom of the element that we will going to discuss later on. That is an Avogadro's number. Till that, we must know the significance of the symbol of the element. So here first one, it represents the name of the element. What is the name of the element can be represented with the help of the symbol. Then the second one is the students, that is it represents one atom of the element. Obviously, if any of the element is there which is made up of the same type of atom, obviously that will represent one atom of the element. It helps in representing the definite mass of the element as well as it represents one mole of the atom of an element. Now we can understand it. Suppose we have taken a symbol C. This is of a carbon. So symbol C, this C, it is actually representing the name of the element. What is the name of the element by this? That is carbon. Right? Symbol, it represents one atom of the element. So actually it is representing that all the carbon atoms are there in this in the element that is C, that is carbon. Obviously carbon element is made up of a carbon atoms only. Then it represents one mole of the carbon. One mole of carbon, and finally it represents the 12 gram of a carbon as a definite atomic mass. (12 gram of carbon, okay, which is expressed in gram only. Okay, so these are the significance of the symbol, students. Okay. So this is about the symbol, atomic mass and significance of the symbol or element. So now the question is, how do atoms exist? How do atoms exist? So generally atoms, they never exist as a free form, but they used to combine together to form molecules or they forms ion. Okay. So it actually exists in two ways. The first way is in the form of molecules. In the form of molecules. Second one is in the form of ions. In the form of molecules as well as in the form of ions. So we can say here that generally when the atoms, they combine together, they forms the molecule, or even the ions also, they combine together to form the atoms. The atoms also exist in the form of an ion which combine together to form the molecule or the compound. Now you see, students, we cannot see an atom because atoms are really very small. But yes, a collection of lot of atoms that make molecule and collection of a lot of molecules made us to see the thing. Like suppose iodine is there. So if iodine atom we are talking about, so no, we cannot see the iodine atom because they are very, very small. But if we talk about the I2 molecule, so a large amount of iodine molecules, they combine together and they can be seen in a purple color, right? That's the color of the iodine. Similarly, if we talk about the ions, so we cannot see the sodium ion, we cannot see the chlorine ion, but yes, the combination of both of them, that is NaCl compound in a large amount, can be seen in a white powdered form, which we call as a salt. powder, or we can say here crystal form. Okay, so we can say here that form. We can say here that atoms, it generally exists either in the form of a molecule or even it exists in the form of ions. Now let us see moving on, and we will see the another one and try to understand about the molecules. So molecules are what, students? Molecules are nothing but when two or more atoms they combine together, they forms the molecule. Molecules. So, a molecule is an electrically neutral group of two or more atoms chemically bonded together. Chemically bonded together. So molecule is what? It is an electrical neutral group of two or more atoms which are chemically bonded together. So two or more atoms, when they are chemically combined together, then they forms the molecules. And they are together, the bonding between them is called as a covalent bond. So we can say here that bonding are called covalent bond. They are called as covalent bond. So we can say here the definition here that a molecule is the smallest particle of a substance which has the properties of that substance and can exist in free state So molecule is nothing but it is the smallest particle which can exist in the free state here. Okay, now molecules, it can be either formed with the help of the element, it can be formed with the combination of the different element. So it can be formed by the combination of the same element or combination of the different elements. I'll tell you about that, and depending on that, the molecules are also classified into two. That is molecule of element and molecule of compound. So we can say here the first one is the molecule of of elements. Molecules of element. So we can say here the definition of the molecules of element is, that is, the molecule of an element contain two or more similar atoms chemically combined together. Chemically combined together. Okay, so when the similar atom, two or more similar atoms, they combine together, then the formation of a molecules of element occurs, student. Like in case of a hydrogen gas. So if two atoms of the hydrogen gas, they combine together, they form the molecule, and that is H2 molecule. Similarly, if we talk about the nitrogen. So nitrogen is a gas and it is made up of a combination of a two nitrogen atom, that is, and then it forms a molecule which is an N2 molecule. If we talk about the oxygen also, the same thing with the oxygen. Oxygen also combine by combination with the two oxygen, that will form O2, and all of them are what? They are consisting of a 2 number of atoms. That is why they are also called as diatomic molecule. Okay, so we can say here that diatomic molecule of element are diatomic molecules of elements, that is the nitrogen, which is diatomic, oxygen, fluorine, hydrogen, iodine, chlorine, then etc. Bromine, Br2, etc. These all will what? Exist in a diatomic form, students. Okay, so when you look at the structure, you will find that they exist in a diatomic. If we talk about the hydrogen, so one H combines with the other H, that is the H2 molecule. The same thing with the nitrogen, so nitrogen, one nitrogen and here and another nitrogen, they combine together to form the N2. Similarly, if we talk about the chlorine, so one chlorine, it combined with the other chlorine to form the Cl2. So here diatomic molecule of elements are there. Let us see the other kind, and that is triatomic. Triatomic molecule. In case of a triatomic molecule like O3, ozone. So here three molecule of a ozone, the oxygen has combined together. This three oxygen, they had combined together to form the O3 molecule. So this is what an example of a triatomic. Now not triatomic but tetraatomic. So tetra. Tetraatomic. In case of a tetraatomic, students, phosphorus exists in P4. Okay, it exists in the P4. So four atoms of phosphorus, they had combined together to form P4 here. Now we can say here that not polyatomic. Instead of writing the octa or the other, we can write here polyatomic molecule of element. So for the students, like sulfur is there. So in case of a sulfur, 8 atoms of sulfur had combined together to form Sa. So this is also an example of the molecules of element.